welcome back. Now, yesterday, the Minnesota Vikings lost to the Cincinnati Bengals 27-24 in overtime. So let's just get the good stuff out of the way. The punter, pretty good punter, multiple 60-yard punts, flipped field position a few times that kept Minnesota from getting back in the game when we were down. Field goal kicker, Greg Joseph, perfect for the day. Seemed like he kicked with confidence. I'm pretty certain that part of the team is locked in pretty good for the first time in a very long time as a Vikings fan. Nick Vigil, could he fill in for Anthony Barr? Since I don't really know what Anthony Barr does well, but Nick Vigil seemed to be talked about as just another guy from some people, and he played a fantastic football game yesterday. Was all over the field, did a lot of tackling. He was awesome. Michael Pierce, we've been waiting a year for him. He showed why we signed him. He's worth the money. That dude is a beast in the middle of that defense. Daniil Hunter looked like he's coming back to his form. Got a sack yesterday. Still can't be blocked by a tight end. I don't know what the hell Cincinnati was thinking. I didn't really see DJ Wanham. Maybe I didn't focus on him that much. I did see Everson Griffin in there sometimes. Tomlinson looked like Dalvin Tomlinson. I'm sorry, Dalvin Tomlinson looked like he didn't really. This is the first game, so but he looked like he didn't really have much of an impact. Those are the new guys, and you know, for the most part, Pierce, Vigil, I'll say Daniil Hunter, Patrick Peterson. Those are the guys that I seen that, from what I was watching, didn't really do much negative things. So that's the good. Let's get to the bullshit. 12 penalties for 116 yards, 10 penalties accepted in the first half, 4 penalties on the first drive, 2 false starts by C.J. Ham. The offensive line is still a fucking train wreck. Rashad Hill is a fucking backup. I don't know why we thought that was going to be a glue to the fact that Christian Darrisaw is hurt and can't just started practicing. Let's go. Garrett Bradbury's a bust. Let's just call it what it is. He's a fucking bust. Dude can't block anybody who has any type of strength. Oli Udoh, we thought was better than Wyatt Davis. Well, put Wyatt Davis in, because I didn't see anything in the game that showed me that he would be better than a rookie. Obviously, he's only playing guard for the first time in his career in a regular season game, so it's new for him, but dude looked like he needed help. Brian O'Neill's Brian O'Neill. Ezra Cleveland, I don't think I seen his name get called much on bad negative plays, but I have to go back and watch the film on that. Now, I see a lot of people on social media, especially talking about Kirk Cousins held the ball long, going along with what Mike Zimmer seen to tell a reporter during halftime, which I'm fucking sick of that bullshit, Mike Zimmer. You talk so much shit without actually saying anything in press conferences about Kirk Cousins. You talk a lot about the contract, but you allude to financial flexibility a lot. He seems to be the problem always the fucking time with Mike Zimmer. But what about this defense? You paid you made sure you got all your pieces for your defense, and we gave up 149 yards rushing. I thought that was supposed to be the reason why you spent so much money on the D-line. Again, Michael Pierce was amazing yesterday, but Michael Pierce can't do it all by himself. Joe Mixon, 126 yards. Are you kidding me? Like, against this defensive line? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Then Cam Dantzler is benched, does not play at all. But you got Bashawn Breeland getting torched by Jamar Chase, a rookie who struggled all preseason, couldn't even catch the fucking football. But it seems like Bashawn Breeland couldn't do nothing with him. And all the talk in the offseason, should have been paid Patrick Peterson $10 million for a 30-some-odd cornerback. He seemed to not be the problem yesterday, guys. He seemed to not be the problem yesterday. The problem was the defensive line that Mike Zimmer was so happy to get. They couldn't stop a fucking wet towel yesterday. Like, that defense was fucking pathetic. Let's go to, again, the offensive line might be worse than last year's, and that's saying a lot. It might be worse than last year. Complaining about Kirk Cousins holding the ball too much. Well, what the fuck? What do you mean he's holding the ball too much? Number one, that wasn't many guys open in the game. That's just the truth. And by the way, another guy who played awesome. I'm so sorry, KJ Osborne. We got a third wide receiver. D.D. Westbrook played good at the punt return. Didn't drop anything. I think we have 4 solid wide receivers. We're good at receiver, and I love it. I am so confident in the 4 guys that we got. KJ Osborne, man, you had one hell of a day. 7 catches. I'm so happy that he turned out to be just as good as the training camp film and what you heard from training camp. But again, people complain that he's holding the ball long. What is he holding the ball long? Like, what do you mean he's holding the ball long? There's no. They held so fucking much yesterday. It was ridiculous. Holding penalties, false starts, C.J. Ham. That middle of the offensive line is just bad. And oh boy. Next week we got the Arizona Cardinals. And Chandler Jones had 5 sacks yesterday. To the point where Taylor Lewan got on social media and thanked Chandler Jones for waking him up because he got his ass train wrecked yesterday. That guy is going to be running circles around Rashad Hill next week. This is bad, man. Like, this is bad. And let me point out, listen, everybody wants to say, yeah, we should have lost that game. I was getting ready to make a video, even if we won yesterday. I was going to make a video talking about we didn't deserve that win, and I was going to trash the team for that performance yesterday. But didn't really have to because we lost. Here's my issue. The fan base seems to think every loss you have to criticize Kirk Cousins. I don't have a criticism of Kirk Cousins from yesterday's game. And if you do, that's on you. I'm not a Kirk Cousins apologist. I'm just keeping it 100. There's nothing about that game yesterday that was Kirk Cousins' fault. Nothing. It's the same fucking excuse. It's the same thing. Like, you can't block. Like, I don't understand. Rick Spielman, get the offensive line right. Like, my God, man. Like, what in the fuck are we doing here? And I'm not one of those fans that make excuses, but there's a lot of people saying, man, well, the fumble wasn't the reason we lost. The fumble wasn't the reason we lost. But you know what? It wasn't a fucking fumble. And the fact that you go, well, we called it a fumble on the field, so we're going to go with that call because the replay doesn't show much of an angle. The angles eyeball watched, he had the ball in his hand with his ass on the ground. That's not a fumble. And you didn't rule the fumble on the field. You waited till Cincinnati showed up with the ball and say, hey, we got it. And you go, oh, well, they got Cincinnati's ball. We're going that way. That's how it became a fumble to the referees. That was clear as day. He did not fumble that football. Dalvin Cook hold on to the football. But I'm with what I seen. My 2 eyes. I'm not a blind man. I seen that over and over again. He did not fumble. And the fact that you have this stupid ass rule that goes, we called it a fumble on the field. And if we can't have anything that's definitive in the camera angles, we're going to keep it what the call is on the field, even though it's a bad call. So who's overruling the overrule? Like, if we go into the tunnel and we see that we can barely see, but someone in New York can see the angles and say, hey man, that's a bad call. Something needs to be done. Because that was embarrassing. That was really, really embarrassing yesterday. And again, we deserved to lose yesterday. We freaking deserved to lose yesterday. But, come on, man. I call a spade, and that wasn't a fumble. I don't know who the fuck thought that was a fumble. Obviously, the refs at the game did. But as a fan watching that game, that wasn't a fumble, which led to their last drive, Cincinnati scoring, kicking the field goal, winning the game. And let's talk about that 4th and 1 play where Joe Burrow rolls out and throws a pass to the tight end coming across the field. I'm watching the game. This is my problem with Mike Zimmer. I'm watching the game, and he audible. Joe Burrow audible because Minnesota was selling out on the run. He audible. And I'm watching this and I'm going, this is about to be a pass. This is clearly about to be a pass. Minnesota sells all the way out for the run, leaving the tight end wide open across the field. How did you not fucking see that about to happen? How did you not see that? I don't even know football that well. And I'm watching it from the TV going, this is an obvious pass. He knew it. He seen it. He changed the play. Again, man, I had high hopes for this football team, but until the offensive line gets better, the defensive line gets better, and Rashad Breeland decides he wants to play some fucking defense, I don't know. But look, that's my overreaction Monday reaction to the Minnesota Vikings losing to the Cincinnati Bengals. That was tough to say, but I said it. I'll have a video again either Wednesday or Thursday. See you guys later. Peace.